So, Jesus asked a lot of questions, like a lot. Something like 300 questions throughout the 4 Gospels, in fact. In today's Gospel story, which I'll get to in a moment, he asks Mary Magdalene, "Who are you looking for?" Nearer to the start of his ministry, Jesus asked his friends, "Who do people say that I am?" and receives multiple answers in varying degrees of accuracy. Who are you looking for this Easter? Hopefully the answer is Jesus, since this is where you came to look, but he's not in his tomb, so we're playing hide and seek. Where could he be? What kind of person is it that we're looking for? How do we find him? Our gospel reading this morning comes to us from the book of John, chapter 20, verses 1 through 18. Hear now the word of the Lord. Early on the first day of the week, while it was still dark, Mary Magdalene came to the tomb and saw that the stone had been removed from the tomb. So she ran and went to Simon Peter and the other disciple, the one whom Jesus loved, and said to them, "They have taken the Lord out of the tomb, and we do not know where they have laid him." Then Peter and the other disciple set out and went towards the tomb. The 2 were running together, but the other disciple outran Peter and reached the tomb first. He bent down to look in, and he saw the linen wrappings lying there, but he did not go in. Then Simon Peter came, following him, and he went into the tomb. He saw the linen wrappings lying there, and the cloth that had been on Jesus' head, not lying with the linen wrappings, but rolled up in a place by itself. Then the other disciple, who had reached the tomb first, also went in, and he saw and believed, though as yet he did not understand the scripture that Jesus must rise from the dead. Then the disciples returned to their homes. But Mary stood weeping outside the tomb. As she wept, she bent over to look into the tomb, and she saw 2 angels in white sitting where the body of Jesus had been lying, one at the head and the other at the feet. They said to her, "Woman, why are you weeping?" She said to them, "They have taken away my Lord, and I do not know where they have laid him." When she had said this, she turned round and saw Jesus standing there, but she did not know that it was Jesus. Jesus said to her,
"Woman, why are you weeping? For whom are you looking?"
Supposing him to be the gardener, she said to him, "Sir, if you have carried him away, tell me where you have laid him, and I will take him away." Jesus said to her,
"Mary."
She turned and said to him in Hebrew, "Rabboni," which means teacher. Jesus said to her,
"Do not hold on to me, because I have not yet ascended to the Father, but go to my brothers and say to them, I am ascending to my Father and your Father, to my God and your God."
Mary Magdalene went and announced to the disciples, "I have seen the Lord." And she told them that he had said these things to her. This is the word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. So who are you looking for? What kind of Jesus are you expecting? Where are the sorts of places you might find him? Who are you looking for? Someone to blame, someone to fix, someone to pity, someone to look up to, someone to ask for help, someone to break bread with you, someone to teach you, someone who will love you, someone whom you feel called to care for. What kind of Jesus are you expecting? Are you looking for the kind of Jesus who preaches platitudes, or the kind of Jesus who will make you really think about what you value? Are you looking for the kind of Jesus who could offer an instant fix to any problem, or the kind of Jesus who will never abandon you, even when the world feels bleak and hopeless? Are you looking for the kind of Jesus who smiles and pets sheep, or the kind of Jesus who welcomes the sick, the lonely, the poor, the despised, the brokenhearted, and everyone else? Are you looking for the kind of Jesus who has perfect hair and a neatly trimmed beard and weirdly piercing blue eyes, Or the kind of Jesus who will get his hands dirty in a split second if it means helping someone? Are you looking for the kind of Jesus who will reassure you that you are right? Or the kind of Jesus who will hold you accountable? Are you looking for the kind of Jesus who will make you feel good about yourself? Or the kind of Jesus who pulls you towards the places you'd rather not go, showing you how you can serve others? Are you looking for the kind of Jesus whose life could end on a cross? If that is the Jesus you're looking for, you won't find him. He's not here. He has risen. Or are you looking for the kind of Jesus whose love, power, and divinity are too immense to be contained by a tomb, or even to be contained by death itself? If that is the Jesus you are looking for, you will find him, even in unexpected places, even when your eyes are too full of tears to recognize him at first. Where are the sorts of places you might find Jesus? Anywhere and everywhere, of course, but since he challenges us to find people on the margins and treat them the way we would treat Jesus himself, I think there are some places where Jesus would urge us to look first. Where are the sorts of places you might find Jesus? Here at People's Presbyterian, we look for Jesus in those who are hungry, when we take dessert every month to a church in Ypsilanti that serves a homeless community. We collect snacks for Battaglia Elementary School so that kids who aren't able to bring snacks from home aren't left out at recess. We helped kickstart a program that sends kids home with food for the weekend when they don't have access to free lunch. On the first Sunday of every month, we push a grocery cart down the aisle during the offering so that we can take donations of non-perishable food to aid in Milan. We call it Green Tape Sunday because there shouldn't be red tape keeping people from having enough to eat. Here at People's Presbyterian, we look for Jesus when we take hundreds of handmade hats to St. Joe's Hospital so that cancer patients can keep their heads warm. We look for Jesus when we have taken beautiful handmade sweater mittens to schools for the families of homeless students. We look for Jesus every week when we send volunteers to Paddock so that young students can have people to practice reading out loud to. We look for Jesus when a dozen or so kids take over the church on Tuesday afternoons for games, crafts, community service projects, and lessons about kindness. We look for Jesus when we take their prayer squares and knotted fleece blankets to people in our lives who need a reminder that they are cared for. Here at People's Presbyterian, we look for Jesus each time we look at someone with compassion. And so the question Jesus asks Mary Magdalene in the garden bears repeating. Who are you looking for?